Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, I'm gonna do this. Now, I've talked several times, guys, about the whole reason why I don't do teardown videos and stuff like that on the channel. I know a lot of you would like to see that, and I'll be perfectly honest with you. When I start to do stuff like this, I can get very shaky, unsteady, and that leads to frustration on my part. And trust me, that would not be good content for you, for me, for anyone. So now I talked about replacing this pivot on the RMX that we have in front of us. The new knife from Worksharp converts a button lock into an auto. And you guys have been egging me on for doing this. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you are a general public and not a channel member of this channel and you see this video, that means it probably went pretty well. If you are a channel member and you still see this video, if you're only a channel member and you see this video, that means it probably didn't go well. And I'm posting it for you, my channel members, to get a good laugh. But anyway, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to attempt to convert the RMX from Worksharp, available June 6th at Blade Show Atlanta and WorksharpTools.com. Not available at this point. But what we have in front of us, obviously we have the knife. It is in its shipped configuration as a button lock. We have our auto conversion pivot right here. It also comes in, the pivot comes with a screw in it. I've taken that screw out just to make things go a little bit easier. And then we have the tool. They provide everything you need. This is a magnetic tool. As you can see, it is magnetic. We've got some alignment stripes on there. You've got a dash, 2 dashes, and an arrow. And then you also have 2 alignment slots, one there and one there. And you're supposed to align it with 1 there and 2 there. So we've got it lined up with our alignment pins. Now, I'm kind of pre-doing this to get it kind of set up to hopefully make it a little bit easier. And then, of course, we have our bit for removing our pivot screw. They do have pretty darn good instructions on what to do. I know I watched our good friend Zach Stuff do this on his live stream. And, they tell you, don't let it go too far. Don't remove the blade. Don't do any of that. So, yeah, we got to listen. Because Zach found out that it can be difficult if that happens. But I'm going to see what I can do. Now, I am going to pause real quick because I forgot to get my masking tape. And I'll be right back because I am going to mask off the blade. So I'll be right back, guys. All right. So, as you can see, we have got our tape masked off. I am going to push our little tray. Worksharp sent that tray out too. That was really cool of them. Absolutely 100%. Really, really appreciate that. So I'm going to put that up there for now. So we've got a good area to work. I'm telling you guys. This could go one of 2 ways. Oh, we got our masking tape up there. Let me get that off real quick. We don't need it up that high. There we go. So, step 1, it's going to tell you, mask off your blade. We got that. Now it says to use the tool and remove the pivot screw on the back side. So we're going to do that. And as you can tell, I've already got my tool lined up on that pivot, the auto pivot. And I'm just going to kind of leave it there. Hopefully it'll work all right. See what I mean? I get shaky and I drop stuff. It's just what I do, guys. And the pivot came off, of course. So, yeah. So there we go. So now our pivot should come out, which it did. There's your bearing. There's your pivot. Now, the bearings are not required for replacement of the auto pivot. Now, I really don't want the knife to come apart on me because that's where Zach had his issue. And I mean, you know, it's learning by trial and error, and get that lined up. Trying to do both things at once is probably not a good idea. There we go. Where's it at? There it is. All right. So we've got our pivot lined up on our tool as directed by the instructions. Now, when it tells us to put it in, it tells us to line it up with the arrow. This would be the arrow. Then you've got your single notch. Arrow goes to 3 o'clock as it is in the picture, and the single notch is by the button. So let's get it lined up at the 3 o'clock. Oh, the shaking has already begun. Of course, there it is. Okay, we got it in there. It's close. Kind of looks like the picture. Now, it says, attach pivot tool to wrench, align the dashes up. Yep. Set aside pivot tool with wrench tool, or set auto pivot into the wrench tool, into the handle with arrow at 3 o'clock. We're good. We got that. And then it said, while maintaining light pressure on wrench tool into handle, rotate auto pivot clockwise to position 1 or position 2. So we're going to push it in. Position 1. I guess that's position 2. Now, we pull that off. You got to keep it pinched. It tells you to keep it pinched in there. Take your screw. We'll use the one without Loctite just in case. We have to do this again. I'm going to do it kind of backwards. And we're going to screw this in. Is it going in? Yeah, it's going in. All right. We're doing okay, I think. We'll see. We will see. All right. Oh, that didn't sound good. Sounded like it had a little bit too much pop on the button. We will see. I mean, it's first time out. Trial and error, guys. Okay, it's locked. Okay. We did it. Nice. Now, I am going to be perfectly honest with you guys. I am probably, I'm not going to say king of the struggle bus, but when it comes to stuff like this, I honestly do struggle. Now, I don't know if this is position 1 or position 2. It was as far as it was going to twist. Position 1 is supposedly like a slow kick, and position 2 is a fast kick. Now, it's not a super fast kick. It doesn't throw it out there, but it pops out really pretty nicely. I mean, it's not a super thwack, you know, like you will see in some of your, let's be honest, Microtechs, Protechs, you know, that type of stuff. But it's got a decent pop to it. Looky there. We did it, guys. We absolutely did it. Now, I'm going to be wholeheartedly honest with you and tell you, I have to say, Zach, I learned a lot. I learned a lot watching you do this on your live stream. I really did. And I think I learned what to do and what not to do. You know, and I don't mean that in a condescending or negative way at all. But, you know, it specifically says in here it says, let's see, while pinching both tool, we did that. We put the screw in, proper blade. And it says, if the blade isn't moving smoothly or fails to open, recheck the auto pivot installation by repeating this insertion steps, of course. Knife is very sharp. There's a caution on that. You know, but it tells you, it gives you tips along the way. It says, you know, like here, tip, keep the blade open in the lock position to secure lock button and blade. Front bearing not required while installing the auto pivot. Bearing is only required for the manual pivot. So, you know, they try. If the blade comes out and the pin comes out, I mean, you guys are probably, I know a lot of you out there are pretty mechanically inclined, and you can figure it out fairly easily. But, I mean, the cool part about it is the two, they give you all the extra parts. There's an extra auto spring, an extra set of bearings. There's a button lock spring right there. It kind of looks like a regular, you know, pen spring. You've got an extra screw, extra O-ring. Guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I am so stoked at how well that went. Yeah. If you're like me and struggle with stuff like that, let's be honest. Let's just call a spade a spade. Let's be honest. I struggle with stuff like that at times. I get to shaking my fingers. My fingers are, I'm losing like sensitivity in my fingers. I did that fairly easily. And I want you to be confident that you can do it too. That's kind of the whole reason why I did this video. Is I want you to be confident that you could make that swap yourself. If you do exactly, basically what I did, just keep everything pinched together. You know I was trying to fumble doing two things at once, but it worked. It worked. And have yourself set up beforehand. You know, I had the pivot screw out. I had the alignment tool already on. It came off and I had to reset it, but we did that. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. I am super, super stoked. I may have made it look easy. Guys, for me, stuff like that is not easy. But it was pretty easy. I will give you my honest opinion. It was a pretty easy swap. And now we have a very cool auto work sharp. And now, will it ever become a button lock again? Nope. Probably not. It's an auto. It's gonna stay an auto. I'm not lying. It's gonna stay that way. But guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for checking this out. Like I said, guys, the Work Sharp RMX drops, becomes available June 6th. They are, I guess, sort of like doing an unveiling at Blade Show, the first day of Blade Show Atlanta on the 6th. Of course, it will be available on worksharptools.com. No solid price as of yet. The reverse Tanto version, which you see here, magnesium alloy, 3V, two handle colors, black and gray, and they're trying to keep it below $200. And then you have the drop point version, again, black and gray handles, drop point M390 blade, and then you have the compact, which is just a smaller version, a mini if you will, and that is also a drop point, black and gray, and M390 as well. So thanks so much, guys. Again, thank you very much to WorkSharp for giving me the opportunity to do this and to feel good about, you know, and some of you are probably like, no, it's simple. What do you do? Yeah, okay. You know, some things are simple for people. Some things are not simple for people. And I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. So thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.